My tie straight. We good?
Good stuff. Jared, I know it's not the first team to 2, but you've got to feel extremely good about not only getting the win, but the way you guys accomplished this victory tonight.
It was big that we protected our home court. We did what we were supposed to. I'm glad the style we did it. We came back from a poor first quarter. Bench came in and played well. I tried to bring some energy, get a couple of offensive rebounds and slash into the hoop. And we just battled. I think we shot less than 40% in the first half. And that's not usually how Suns have won in the past, but as you can see, it's a different team, different year. We just hung in there, and in the fourth quarter made a nice little run. Well, it starts with Alvin. It started, in the beginning of the year, setting the tone of how we're going to play defense, our rotations, keeping people accountable. We came in the mindset to, basically shut down Ginobili more so, put a little more pressure on him on our pick and rolls. I thought we did a pretty good job. He did an excellent job passing out of double team, but our energy wasn't there in the first quarter. Picked it up, hung our hat on defense. Made the right people shoot the ball who we wanted to, Richard Jefferson, Parker from the outside, and George Hill, and because of that, we were pretty successful tonight.
They've made it very clear they're going to defend that three-point line, but you guys have kind of forced their position a little bit, especially going on in the second quarter as you continue to attack the rim. The parade of the free throw line tonight, big difference.
Well, this team right here doesn't lead the league in scoring for just for one reason. It's not just the three-point line. We have 2 all-stars. Amari dominates the paint. Jay Rich got in there. Grant hit some big shots, and when we get into the free throw line, it just opens everything up. And what I try to do is, when they ran me off the three-point line, got in, made the pass to open shooters, and I knocked it down tonight.
Hey, Jared, at what point in your time with this squad did you realize that you could have an impact on the spiritual side of the team, I guess?
I thought towards the end of last season, I thought that, in practice, my personality with this team fit well. Even though we had Shaq, the team that everybody got along, just the chemistry wasn't right, especially when Amari got down with the injury, but the bench started playing well towards the end of the season. And I thought training camp was crucial. We all bonded in San Diego. Alvin put the defensive scheme in of how we were going to play, not being the best defensive team, but holding our stars accountable. Amari in the beginning of the season was taking charges after charges, and because of that, man, I think everyone likes each other, and you see when this team, when our starters go out, they really energize. Our bench players, they're always cheering for us, and it's definitely a team effort.
Would that be you probably touched on this already. Can you talk about the spark you provided tonight?
Didn't shoot the ball well from the outside. What I tried to do was get an offensive rebound, slash, because Richard Jefferson was guarding me most of the game, helped so much in that pick and roll. So instead of spotting up for 3, I cut back door a couple of times and made him have to peek his head. And, if I had made my free throws, it would have been, a great night, but I didn't. But overall, man, we just defensively, I think we shot less than, 41% of the game, and defensively definitely won this game.
How about tied at 80 and you guys going a 23-12 run to blow it open?
Yeah, I didn't know it was like that, but like I said, got stops, got turnovers, hit shots. You know that our shot was going to come around. It's very rare that we shoot bad for 4 straight quarters, but our defense, like I said, gave us a chance to win this game. I think old Suns team might have folded, maybe with the pressure at home. They're up 10 the first quarter, not getting any calls, but we hung in there. Bench came in, did their part, and the starters took us home.
Were you guys just fighting to stay in it early in the second quarter because your shots weren't going?
San Antonio made a great adjustment. We had a terrible rhythm. They got off to a quick start. And let's be honest, we're all athletes. Pressure kicks in, and you get a little tight, and the ball didn't bounce our way, and that's why we made some subs. And early on, the starters, the bench players wasn't doing their job. I got us going, a couple sparks, a couple and-1s, and from there we took off.
What happens when you hear a guy like Monty Ginobili just saying that you changed this entire ball game with what you did? How does that make you feel when an opponent says that, coming off the bench?
Definitely, we definitely have a lot of respect for them, and obviously a lot of respect for Monty Ginobili. He's been a great player for a long time, so that's my role for this team. And if it's not me, if it's Louis Robinson as a bench player, if it's not shooting, it's defensively, spark, getting the crowd involved. And our fans were amazing tonight, and I'm glad we could win this game for them.
Yeah, well, we've done a good job. That was one of our concerns in the preseason, and Alvin certainly challenged us to be a better defensive rebounding team. And I think when All-Star break and we started getting hot, one of the things that we've done is we've really crashed the boards, and we're not relying on Shaq or like last year or Amari to get all the rebounds. The guards are getting in there and rebounding, and so we got to do it by committee. And we've done a decent job of that.
Did you guys change anything on Ginobili tonight?
You know, nah, I mean, I was a little disappointed with the game. They kept saying he did a good job game one. I'm like, man, the guy had 28. You know, I mean, I didn't do that good. But believe it or not, I spoke to my dad, and he played football and he played on offense, so I don't know how much he knows. But he said, stop looking at the ball, look at his shoulders, look at his waist. You know, look at his center.
That's tackling instruction.
Yeah, right? maybe. So, you know, so tonight, because there were a couple of times the last game where I was trying to keep him from going right. He blew by me, and you know, he's so crafty and so good with the ball. So I just try to focus on his waist and his midsection and just stay in front of him. And our bigs did a great job on the screen roll, getting out, showing early, really forming a wall. So it was really a team effort, but.
Can you guys live with him becoming a playmaker instead of an attacker?
Yeah, I mean, he's good at both. But I think what he's really good at, really dangerous, is getting to the basket, finishing, drawing fouls, getting to the free throw line. You know, and I imagine he'll make some adjustments and figure out how to do that in Game 3. But he's good. You know, he's really good. And you know, in the past when I played against those guys, I've guarded Parker a lot. But man, Ginobili, he's a real deal.
If you look at the box score, the shooting percentage is kind of reversed. You guys usually shoot better and get beat on the boards. Does it really say something about how far this team has come that they can win a game when you get outshot that by that much?
Yeah, I think so. You know, I think we've evolved into a team with more depth and more ways to win games. You know, I think before we had to sort of win pretty, and we did a lot. But, you know, it was hard to win ugly, and we've learned. I think it goes back to our defense. It goes back to learning how to compete on that end of the court. And sometimes when the offense goes so easy, you just always rely on that. And really just talking about it, focusing on it, and gaining confidence with our defense that we're going to compete here. We're going to do what we have to do. And tonight was certainly an example. He's a lefty. He's crafty. He's relentless. Just when you think he might, either pass it or give up, I mean, he just goes hard every time. And first game I tried to stay on his left hand and force him to go right. And he went right. He went to the hole and blew by me about 3 or 4 times. And he's turned a weakness into a strength. And so he's just very crafty. He's a little unorthodox. He's athletic. He's seen it all. He's good. He's really good.
Your bench has been big contributors all season long, but the first 5 minutes of the second quarter might have proved to be the turning point tonight. They didn't score a lot of points, but they kept you around with a lot of hustle.
They didn't score a lot, but neither did San Antonio. And I thought Jared really did a wonderful job getting second chance points, rebounding. He's turned into a rebounding machine down there on the offensive end, but just mainly bringing the energy. We were kind of flat, we weren't in sync, and he just kind of gave us a little bit of life there. And so the second unit, they find different ways to contribute. Sometimes they come in and extend the lead. Sometimes they come in and get hot and just hit shots like crazy. But tonight, they just, they established the toughness out there, the mental toughness. And we, when we came back in, we were able to, get going from there. And, they've been great for us all season.
What's this game like? Just off the court, reverends marching downtown. I know you guys don't know about that while the game's going on. Just the whole last 24, 48 hours.
We talked about yesterday as a team, the whole situation, and we just agreed that we would say what we had to say. And then once today came, we would just focus on the game. And so, I was totally unaware of what was going on. I knew that there were some activities downtown, but, I got to go to Ginobili. I got to have my mind right, and so, it is what it is. And, we did a good job of not letting all of that become a distraction, but focusing in on, the mighty San Antonio Spurs.